Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to answer the question, which one is the better growth stock to buy right now? Is it the Trade Desk stock or is it Palantir stock? To answer that question, I'm going to compare these two growth stocks across 4 financial metrics and then answer the question at the end of the video. So let's get right into it, starting with a comparison on revenue. And looking at revenue, each of these companies, Trade Desk and Palantir, has demonstrated excellent revenue growth over the years. Palantir growing all the way up to 1.9 billion in revenue in its most recent annual update, with Trade Desk at 1.6 billion. So they are close in terms of annual revenue. Trade Desk and Palantir, although I will say Trade Desk has been growing ahead of its market much better than Palantir has. What do I mean by that? Well, Trade Desk in its most recent quarter grew revenue by over 20%, while the overall advertising market decreased by 7%. So it was ahead of the advertising market by nearly 30%. Meanwhile, Palantir did grow revenue by over double digits, but so did the industry overall. Data analysis, the data industry grew by roughly double digits. So Palantir wasn't that much of an outperformer in comparably to its industry in its most recent quarter. Moving on, let's compare these two now on their operating profit margin over the trailing 12 months. And I see two interesting things here in this comparison. First, I see Trade Desk ahead of Palantir at 6.53% compared to negative 5.93% to Palantir. But I do see Palantir with a much better trend. You see Palantir growing its operating profit margin from close to negative 120% all the way up to negative 6%. But I see Trade Desk kind of going on a downward trend here, which I don't like to see. Its operating profit margins were much higher a couple of years ago and they have trended downward. So an interesting look here at the operating profit margin. The next thing I wanted to look at is cash flow from operations to sales over the trailing 12 months. And what this usually does for tech companies is it strips out non-cash expenses, most notably stock-based compensation. And if we strip that out, we see here again Trade Desk better than Palantir, almost twice as much. So the Trade Desk cash flow from operations to sales over the trailing 12 months coming in at close to 36% and also demonstrating an upward trend. Meanwhile, Palantir coming in at 18.93%, but also showing a very nice upward trend as well. So both of these companies doing an excellent job increasing their cash flow from operations to sales. And what this shows is how good they are at turning $1 of sales into cash flow. Turning $1 of sales into cash flow, the higher the percentage, the better it is. And so both of them doing a good job increasing this margin. Finally, let's compare these two on valuation, and the metric I chose to use is the forward price to earnings ratio. And using this metric, they're similarly valued. Palantir stock is trading at a forward price to earnings of 56.7. Meanwhile, the Trade Desk is trading at a forward price to earnings of 51.7. So Trade Desk about 10% cheaper than Palantir stock. Now, I will say both of these stocks are expensive overall. A forward price to earnings of over 50 is on the expensive side. However, if I was to pick one of these two growth stocks to buy today, it's a really close decision. It's a really close decision and a tough one to make, but I would lean towards the Trade Desk. I would lean towards picking the Trade Desk stock to buy right now if I had to pick between one of these two. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.